movement in 1999 and joined ISKCON Belgaum, Karnataka in 2003. Since then, he's been rendering various services. He's focusing on preaching to college students. The last 5 years, he's been developing a farm and Gurukula project. Currently, he's overseeing the development of that a farm project in Karnataka, India. Maybe Prabhuji will be giving us more details on that. So, he also writes articles on research, also on historical issues that is involved with Vedic scriptures, such as exposing the myths of Aryan invasion theory, fallacies of linear progressive time and history, etc. So today we are very, very fortunate to have Prabhuji on the call to enlighten us. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Please accept our humble obeisances and you can take over the call. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, are you there on the call?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Mataji, can you call Praveen Govind Prabhu?
No, I only connected Priya Govinda Prabhu.
Oh, you connected.
Yeah, I connected. Okay, let me connect again. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Is Prabhuji connected?
No, I don't see him.
Krishna Prabhuji, are you there?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna.
for giving your valuable time and association. Please accept our humble obeisances and please take over the call.
Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Asadu sadhu tadai nati nicho chitara kahana munchikata chimma premarat kuntrayospa. Hare Krishna to all the devotees there on the other side of the other part of the world. So as scheduled, so I am supposed to speak about Rupa Goswami. So we are those who are coming in Gaudiya Sampradaya, we are called as Rupanugas, followers of Rupa Goswami. Some Western scholars, academic scholars, they they use the term Chaitanyite Vaishnavas for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So, but that is not standard within our Sampradaya. So, although we are all followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the original founder of this Sampradaya, but still we are called as Rupanugas. So, because Rupa Goswami was considered as leader of 6 Goswamis, And these 6 Goswamis were, as Prabhupada mentions in Nectar of Instruction preface, that they were direct disciples of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And particularly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu assigned or commissioned them to give a philosophical foundation to this sampradaya by writing books. So all the 6 Goswamis wrote so many literatures basically based on Srimad Bhagavatam, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he accepted Srimad Bhagavatam as highest authority, pramana. So among all Vedic literatures are pramana. Veda means knowledge, and Vedic literatures are considered as highest evidence on every aspect of our life, and not only spiritual life, even material life also. So Vedic pramana, Vedic evidence is considered as highest. So Vedas are swayam pramanatva, means they are self-evident. So Veda means knowledge. Knowledge doesn't need any proof or evidence. So it is self-evident. So opposed to ignorance. So knowledge doesn't need any proof or evidence. So therefore they are self-evident. So we have to accept that knowledge, and when we accept knowledge, then so our life becomes blissful, and knowledge also leads us to liberation. So, and ignorance leads to suffering and bondage. So Veda is highest pramana, and among all Vedic literature, Srimad Bhagavatam is considered as highest. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, in one of the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his name was Srinath Chakravarti. So he wrote composed a verse which is considered as a essence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. So Aradhya Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanayastadhama Vrindavanam. So Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadu Vargena Va Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamulam Prema Pumarto Mahan. So our worshipable Lord is son of Nanda Maharaj, and the mode of worship which is conceived by gopis is highest, and Srimad Bhagavatam is highest authority, highest pramana, and prema is the ultimate goal of life, so love of Godhead. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considers Srimad Bhagavatam as highest evidence. So most of the books which were written by 6 Goswamis, they are all based on, they are different, in different ways, they are some different thematic study of Srimad Bhagavatam. So like Sanatan Goswami wrote, they also wrote original commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam. Sanatan Goswami wrote Vaishnava Toshani commentary. Then Jiva Goswami wrote Krama Sandarbha. So like that. So Rupa Goswami wrote a book called Laghu Bhagavatamritam, and Sanatan Goswami wrote a book Brahad Bhagavatamritam. All these books, and then so Jiva Goswami wrote Shat Sandarbhas. So they were all books on Srimad Bhagavatam, study of Srimad Bhagavatam. So in this way, they gave philosophical foundation to this sampradaya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself did not write any books. So he wrote only those 8 verses we all know as Shikshastakam. So, but he ordered his disciples. He gave them Shiksha, he gave them instructions, he gave them all the knowledge which was required. So, and they wrote books on his behalf. So in this way, they gave philosophical foundation to this sampradaya. But among all the 6 Goswamis, Rupa Goswami is considered as leader of these 6 Goswamis. Prabhupada in his Nectar of Instruction preface, he writes, so he is leader of 6 Goswamis. Although Sanatan Goswami is the elder brother of Rupa Goswami, and Rupa Goswami himself considered him to be like his guru. So he always referred in his writings that Sanatan Goswami as his guru. So still, Rupa Goswami is considered as leader of the 6 Goswamis. Why is like that? So in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, we see in introduction, Prabhupada included in his Mangalacharana verses. So he included a verse, Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Chaiva Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. So when will Srila Rupa Goswami give me shelter at his lotus feet, who came to establish the inner heart's desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So here this line, this point, this statement that Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. So he came to this world to establish the inner heart's desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that means Rupa Goswami knew the inner heart's desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So how is that? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, if you see, there is another personality, Swarup Damodar Goswami. He was Prabhupada called him as personal secretary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was always, especially when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri. So he spent 18 years with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. So Swarup Damodar Goswami, he understood the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So often people would write some books, compose some drama, poems, different things, and they wanted approval of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or they wanted to come and present in front of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But before they present it in front of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it should pass through Swarup Damodar Goswami. First they have to present it in front of Swarup Damodar Goswami. Once he approves, then they can go ahead and present in front of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that was a system made by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. So why? Because even among the followers, among the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so Swarup Damodar Goswami was the one who really understood the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So therefore, everyone had to pass through Swarup Damodar Goswami. But apart from Swarup Damodar Goswami, Rupa Goswami is also considered as the personality who understood, one of the personality who understood the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But still, why we are not called as Swarupa Damodar Anugas? Why we are called as Rupa Anugas? Because the difference is that Swarupa Damodar Goswami knew Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's heart, and Rupa Goswami also knew. But only difference is that Rupa Goswami revealed it to the world. So therefore, we are called as Rupa Anugas, not Swarupa Damodar Anugas. So in this way, so all Gaudiyas, genuine Gaudiyas followers, they became Rupa Anugas. So this was, there are examples in Chaitanya Charitamrita, how Rupa Goswami understood the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in Madhya Leela, chapter 1 as well as chapter 13, we see that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was attending Ratha Yatra in Jagannath Puri, so sometime in ecstasy he would recite some verses. And that particular time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was attending, Rupa Goswami also was there in Jagannath Puri. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he recited one verse. So I will read that verse. Yaha kaumara harasayeva hi varastayeva chaitrakshapas te chon militamalati surabaya prauda kadamba nila sa chaivasmi tatapi tatra surata vyapara lila vido reva rodasi vetasi tarutale chetas samutkantate. That very personality who stole away my heart during my youth is now again my master. These are the same moonlit nights of the month of Chaitra. The same fragrance of Malati flowers is there. And the same sweet breezes are blowing from west. In our intimate relationship, I am also the same lover, yet still my mind is not happy here. I am eager to go back to that place on the bank of the Reva river under Vetasi tree. That is my desire. So this verse was included in Rupa Goswami's book called Padyavali. So verse number 386. Padyavali is an anthology of verses from different sources. So originally this verse is from a mundane literature, because here one lover is talking to another lover, so her lover, and so it appears, some exchange between some two mundane personalities, so a man and woman of this world. So originally this comes from some mundane Sanskrit literature. So most of us, especially in modern India, so Indians don't know the cultural, religious, philosophical history of India. So there are so many Sanskrit literature. Apparently, generally we think Sanskrit literature in terms of, Vedic literature. So Vedic scriptures, mostly spiritual oriented. But there are many mundane Sanskrit literature. So Rasa Shastra. So again, Rasa Shastra also means, we think Rasa word. So this word is discussed by Srila Prabhupada in the beginning of his Nectar of Devotion, because Nectar of Devotion is summary study of Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu. So Bhakti Rasa means, so the Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu describes Bhakti Rasa. So Rasa literally means juice. It can be understood as pleasure, happiness, taste, mellow, so some kind of relish. So that is the meaning of Rasa. So Srila Prabhupada, in the beginning of Nectar of Devotion, he explains the difference between mundane Rasa and spiritual Rasa or Bhakti Rasa. So mundane Rasa is, happiness or pleasure of this material world. So in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, he defines what is the pleasure of this material world. So it is a contact between senses and sense objects. So there are senses, so there are especially knowledge acquiring senses, eyes, nose, ears, tongue, and skin. So, and these senses have their sense objects. So Shabda, Rupa, Sparsha, Gandha, Rasa. Shabda means sound, and Rupa means form, and Gandha means fragrance, and so Sparsha means touch, and Rasa means taste. So these 5 sense objects are there. When senses contact these sense objects, so that contact produces some kind of relish, some kind of, mellow or rasa. So that is called as material pleasure. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna calls in Sanskrit it as matra sparshastu. Yeah, in 5th chapter, yahi sansparshaja bhoga dukkha yonai evate. So Krishna says that this sparsha sukha, sansparshaja bhoga. So the contact of the senses and sense objects, the bhoga or enjoyment which is produced by that, or pleasure produced by that, so is temporary. It is the cause of suffering, because as spiritual beings we cannot be happy by material enjoyment, material pleasure. Material pleasure will not give us happiness. So because material pleasure is it is connected with the material senses and sense objects, but Atma is spiritual, so therefore there is incompatibility between them. So this incompatibility produces some kind of anxiety. So we are seeking unlimited eternal happiness, but this gives only temporary, fleeting, Prabhupada called it as chapala sukha. So temporary, fleeting happiness. And in fact it is a source of suffering. We see, so in elaborately Prabhupada explains that so just like in the material world, people they think the suffering is considered as happiness. So just like people do smoking, they think that, oh, I am getting pleasure, but it's suffering. Taking hot tobacco air is suffering. Or they may drink alcohol, or they may engage in illicit sex. So these are all actually suffering, but living entities, conditioned soul, imagine that it is happiness. So Prabhupada compared it to camel eating some that cactus, thorny cactus leaves. So that only gives suffering to camel. So, but foolishly ignorant camel thinks that, oh, I am enjoying this cactus leaves. So in this way, we consider suffering as happiness, or if there is temporary gap between two miseries, so that we consider it as happiness. So, like you see students, they are writing exams. So one after the another exams keep coming. In between there is no exam. They think that, oh, we are very happy. So, or previously Prabhupada used to give this Prabhupada gives this example that previously they used to punish criminals by dipping them in the water, and he is about to suffocate and die. They will just take him out just for the moment so that he can breathe in. Then again he will be put inside the water. So that moment where he is taken out of, when he is taken out, so he considers it as great relief or happiness. Or if we are trying and struggling hard in the material world, when we counteract, we face so many difficulties, problems in this world, and when we successfully counteract the miseries, we think that it is a happiness. So in third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Kapil Deva, he says, Kurvan dukkha pratikaram sukham manyate grahi. So a materialistic householder, so when he successfully counteracts, because householder, grahi means in family life we face so many problems and difficulties keep coming one after the another. So when he successfully counteracts some miseries, he thinks that he is a very happy person. So therefore, our Vedic teachings, Vedic literature also give advice to grahasthas that at the age of 50 you have to take vanaprastha, because throughout our life we should not go on solving the problems of life thinking that it is my great responsibility. And so this world is a problematic world, so always it keeps bringing one up problem or this. So generally people think that if they successfully counteract the miseries, so they think we are solving they are happy, or they think that so they are this illusory, it's a very temporary illusory happiness. So Prabhupada used to give example of mirage in the desert. So sometimes we see the reflection of water on the sunny day in the noon when we are driving on the road. It appears that the water is there, but it is just a reflection of water. So this reflection we think it as reality, and so we try to enjoy that. But actually it is not a reality, so therefore we will not get pleasure out of it. So then animals, they run behind this mirage in the desert. So hoping after hope, one day I will get happiness. So they run behind this. And what happens? They run, and at a certain point they collapse and they die. They only get death. So most of the materialistic people, they are hoping, let me solve this one problem, and happiness is just within my reach, within the reach of my hands. So they think like that, they hope like that, but in the end they get only death, they will not get happiness. So and or we think in imagination, in a fantasy, we are in mental platform. So we think that we are enjoying by some materialistic activities. Like most of the people who go to watch cinemas here in India, Bollywood cinemas are famous. I think they are going to America also sometime, Bollywood cinemas. So people go to watch cinemas, and they are imagining that they put themselves in the position of that hero or heroine, actor or actress, and hero is running behind that actress and heroine, and this fellow who is sitting and watching, he thinks that he is only running behind that woman, and he gets happiness. So in this way, in fantasy, in imagination, Prabhupada used to tell that example of one poor man was there, and he was lying down in his small hut, 3x6 hut, with few pots, mud pots. So he was imagining that, oh, I will sell these pots, and then I will purchase more, then I will become rich man. So, and I will get married to some rich, beautiful woman. And if she doesn't hear what I say, then what I will do? I will kick her. So then he kicked and his 3 pots finished. So in our mental plane, we would be imagining that I will enjoy like this. I am enjoying. So this is what anatomy of material pleasure. So material happiness. So this is, even if there is something, some happiness, some sense of happiness also, if it is there, it is just very limited. It will not fulfill our quench for or thirst for happiness. So just like that Vaishnava poet from Nepal, so he writes, Tatale Saikati Vari Bindu Sama Sutamita Ramani Samaje. So the happiness which I get derive in the association of wife, children, society, community. So it is just like a drop of water in the desert. So how it will? So if our heart is like desert-like and it is seeking, it is thirsty. So thirst for happiness. This is in Sanskrit. It is called as trashna. So this trashna will not be fulfilled by this insignificant material happiness. Anyway, this is mundane rasa, but there are so many Sanskrit books which glorify such rasa, mundane rasa. There are rasa shastras. Generally, when we speak about rasa shastra, we think only in terms of, especially in ISKCON or our Gaudiya Sampradaya. So rasa shastra means we immediately think of Ujjvala Neelamani, a book written by Rupa Goswami, or Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, or writings by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, because Rupa Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, they are considered as rasacharyas in our Sampradaya. So they describe spiritual, bhakti rasa, transcendental bhakti rasa, which is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It is a endless ocean of nectar, it is, which will never end. It will never decay or dwindle or die. So it is ever increasing, ever flowing. So that is described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Ujjvala Neelamani, etc. So Prabhupada has given our Nectar of Devotion. So those who are interested, they can read. So about this Bhakti Rasa, Nectar of Devotion. But there are many Sanskrit literatures which describe mundane rasa. So relationship between man and woman of this world. And so like it's not only man and woman, so among friends, among relatives, parents and children. So the pleasure which they derive. So that is all discussed by many mundane poets in Sanskrit. So for instance, one example is Bharata Muni. He wrote Nastya Shastra. One of the chapters in Nastya Shastra describes about rasa, mundane rasa, So then he also wrote Shangara Shataka. So glorifying relationship between man and woman. So 100 verses glorifying. And later he got frustrated with that, and then he wrote Vairagya Shataka. So in this way, so mundane poets have written so many things. If we want material happiness also, we should search in Sanskrit literature, right? So other day we were discussing on disappearance day of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur wrote one song. So Prakrita Rasa Shatadhushani, 100 reputations of mundane rasa. So he wrote. So we were discussing that song. We sang and we discussed that song. So, but basically that is focused on how some Sahajiyas, so-called followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so they mix this mundane rasa with bhakti rasa. So that was Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur refuted that. So mixture of. So we have to clearly understand what is distinction between bhakti rasa and mundane rasa. So bhautika rasa. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur wrote. So, but still, even if someone wants material happiness and material pleasure also, so they can search that in Sanskrit literature. They will get better than. So someone informed me that's one celebrity, so who said that after, even if they want a knowledge about sex life, there is Kama Shastra. Of course, I don't recommend, or we don't, Vaishnavas don't involve in such things. So that celebrity said, I don't know who was that, somebody said to me that after reading Kama Shastra, she stopped watching pornography. Like so. Anyway, this is all mundane things. So, but we should know that that is all very insignificant. So, compared to Bhakti Rasa, it is very insignificant, and that will never satisfy the soul, Atma. And we don't like to even talk about such things. Coming back to, so this verse which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited in front of Lord Jagannath in Jagannath Ratha Yatra is from some mundane literature. So a talk between man and woman of this world. So everyone was surprised. Like I mentioned, we all don't know such things are there, even in such mundane things are there. Such such a Rasa Shastra is there in Sanskrit. So we don't know cultural history of India. So, but those days people, they knew all these things. And they were surprised why sannyasi, such a renowned sannyasi. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was so strict sannyasi. So our acharyas, they have, Bhaktivinoda Thakur and all, they have described, glorified him as jewel among sannyasis. So, and we all know the history, how he rejected Chota Haridas. So just for some very insignificant, if you see in Chaitanya Charitamrita, hardly there is no any clear description of what was the mistake of Chota Haridas in Chaitanya Charitamrita. But still Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just rejected him because of some unacceptable interaction with opposite sex. So of course, that, as I mentioned, it was very insignificant, means there is no clear description there. So in Charitamrita, what was the mistake of? But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very strict, very strict. And in Bhagavad Gita, so in Prabhupada, he writes in 16th chapter that there are rules for sannyasi. In the first 3 verses of 16th chapter, they describe divine qualities a person should develop. So they are according to one's varna and ashrama. So first few qualities are connected to sannyasi. Abhayam satvasam shuddhir jnana yogo vyavastitihi. So sannyasi should be fearless, because sannyasi is preacher. When he fearlessly preaches about Krishna consciousness, about absolute truth, so many mundane, materially attached people will become upset, and they may kill him also. So therefore, sannyasi should be very fearless, fearlessly present the absolute truth. And sattva samshuddhir, he should purify his existence. So particularly to purify existence or consciousness, one should not have too much, he should not have connection with opposite sex. So or interacting with them on a mundane platform. So that will purify sannyasi. So Prabhupada, he writes that so female followers or disciples of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were not allowed to go near him. So they can offer obeisances to him from far away only. So that doesn't mean he was a woman hater, but so like he gives his Mahaprasad to the wife to Sivanand Sena. Then a great devotee was born. So Kavi Karnapur. So he did a great, literary contribution to our sampradaya again later. So anyway, so that was so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So people were surprised that why he is reciting some mundane poetry, some Sanskrit verse. So they were surprised. But only Swarup Damodar Goswami understood. And but incidentally, Rupa Goswami was also there that time in Ratha Yatra, Jagannath Puri. So Rupa Goswami also understood why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is reciting that verse. So then later, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami, he composed a parallel verse to this verse. And so that parallel verse was spoken by Srimati Radharani when she met Krishna in Jagannath, in Kurukshetra. We all know that so all residents of Vrindavan, Brajvasis, they came to Kurukshetra and they met Krishna after a long time. But when gopis met Krishna, they were not so satisfied. They were not happy because Krishna was not a same covered boy of Vrindavan. So our Supreme Lord is a covered boy. He is a gopa. So covered boy. He is not CEO of some multinational company. So he's a covered boy. So when gopis saw Krishna as a king in a Kshatriya attire, so they were not so pleased. He had a big crown on his head, and so he was accompanied by so many soldiers, so ornaments and royal clothing, and so he had chariot driven by horses, etc. So he was completely in kingly attire. So they didn't like it. So they wanted Vraja Krishna, so Vrindavan Krishna. So there, Srimati Radharani says, I am same Radha, you are same Krishna. And we are meeting here. But I am not getting that same happiness which I used to get in your association in Vrindavan. So Rupa Goswami, he composed a verse. Priya soyam Krishna sahachari Kurukshetra militas tataham sarada tadidam ubayoho sangama sukam tatapyanta kelan madura murali panchamajushe manome kalin pulina vipina yasprahayati. So, my dear friend, now I have met my very old and dear friend Krishna on this field of Kurukshetra. I am the same Radharani, and now we are meeting together. It is very pleasant. But still, I would like to go to the bank of the Yamuna beneath the trees of the forest there. I wish to hear the vibration of his sweet flute playing the fifth note within that forest of Vrindavan. So this verse also was later included in Padyavari of Rupa Goswami, that anthology of verses which was compiled by Srila Rupa Goswami. So that previous one which we quoted, it was 386 and this one was 387, just after that verse. So Rupa Goswami composed this, and he composed it in a palm leaf and put it on the top of the hut in which he was living. And he was basically staying with Haridas Thakur, so in Siddhabakul area of Jagannath Puri. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as usual, he came to visit them next day. So, and when he came, so Rupa Goswami had put that verse and went to take bath in the ocean. And when he came back and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he saw this verse, he was very happy. And he was very excited, because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quoted that mundane verse, So in the mood of Srimati Radharani meeting Krishna in Kurukshetra, he had recited that verse. So this is the significance behind Jagannath Ratha Yatra also. So what is this Jagannath Ratha Yatra? Jagannath Ratha Yatra, Vrajvasis, they have come to Kurukshetra and they have met Krishna there in royal order, royal attire. So they want to take Krishna back to Vrindavan. So Jagannath temple in Jagannath Puri is considered as Kurukshetra or Dwarka. So their worship is in mode of in opulence. So in Aishwarya Bhav. So and Gundicha temple is considered as Vrindavan. So devotees, they are pulling Krishna towards Gundicha. So in the mood of Brajavasis, gopis, especially Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is attending this Ratha Yatra. So he is reciting that verse in the mode of Srimati Radharani. So Rupa Goswami understood that. So people in general, others did not understand. And then he composed this verse, he put there, and when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw, he became so happy. And when Rupa Goswami returned back, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced him and appreciated him. And he took that verse and he went to Sarup Damodar Goswami and showed and expressed his great ecstasy and happiness towards Rupa Goswami. And he also said to Sarup Damodar, you give him all knowledge. And I have personally empowered him to write about, about Krishna consciousness, especially the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and teachings of, Sri Chaitanya, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach in this world. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he empowered him. So therefore Rupa Goswami is considered as personified literary energy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And sometimes he is also considered as alter ego of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In English there is a word, this alter ego. Alter ego means, so if a person is alter ego of another person, so their thought process or their philosophical level or understanding, everything is same. So sometimes he is considered like that by our acharyas, Rupa Goswami. And from physical external appearance also, Rupa Goswami used to look like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So his height and his complexion, so his form, everything. So in this way, so Rupa Goswami is considered as one who understood the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he came to establish that. So therefore we are considered as Rupanugas. So we'll stop here, and if you have any questions, you can ask. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So if you have any questions, we have some 10-15 minutes. We can take some questions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very, very wonderful class.
Hope everyone could hear me. I don't know whether, because I won't understand whether someone is hearing or because it's so far.
Yes, Prabhuji, we all could hear very clearly. So my question is, Prabhuji, so what was the reason that Radharani wanted to take Krishna back to Vrindavan?
Obviously, devotees want Krishna to be with them. So, separation from Krishna is very painful for them. So, for us, we are conditioned souls. Most of the conditioned souls in this world, they have forgotten Krishna. And for us, although we are away from Krishna, but still we don't feel the pain or separation from Krishna. So just like in Chaitanya Shikshastakam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, Shunyaitam jagat sarvam Govinda virehenama yugaitam nimishena chakshusha pravashaitam Shunyaitam jagat sarvam Govinda virehenava. So every moment appears to be like a yuga. So, and so tears are flowing constantly, and this whole world appears vacant. So without Krishna. So in this way, so devotees feel separation from Krishna. But for us, this world doesn't appear, vacant. So we feel that this world is very colorful, razzle-dazzle of this world. Especially in modern society, people are so much allured by all the razzle-dazzle, technological advancement. So all the so-called comforts and luxuries of modern society. So we are very attracted, and it appears very colorful, very attractive. But for devotees, it's not. It is vacant. So actually, it is achaitanyam idam jagat. It is told that this world is just is like a dead body. It is dead. Everything is dead, rotten, decayed. So there is no life in this world. So, but for us, it appears like that in illusion. So, therefore, Srimati Radharani and all the devotees in Vrindavan, they were feeling separation from Krishna. So, they wanted to take Krishna back to Vrindavan. And even Krishna also, he likes Vrajavasis. And deliberately in Dwaraka, so devotees would not remind Krishna about Vrindavan or Vrajavasis. Because as soon as he remembers Vrindavan and Vrajavasis, he would start running towards Vrindavan. And even queens of Krishna in Dwaraka, all this, Satyabhama, Rukmini and all, in the night they would hear Krishna reciting Gopi's name in a sleep, in a subconscious. So, in this way, Krishna feels separation from Vrajavasis, and the Vrajavasis also feel separation from Krishna. Therefore, Srimati Radharani and Gopis headed by Srimati Radharani wanted to take Krishna back to Vrindavan. So anything else?
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. The other part of my question was like Radharani is telling, I am the same Radha, you are the same Krishna, but still it doesn't give pleasure, this place like Vrindavan. Is that because Krishna's mood as Gopa is the sweetest? Or do you
Yeah. That original form of Krishna is Vrindavan, Shyam Sundar, or Gopa Kumara, Vraja Gopa he is. So, and there are two moods. One is Aishwarya Bhav and another is Madhurya Bhav. So Aishwarya Bhav means a devotee worships in Krishna with respect and awe and reverence. So, for example, in Vaikuntha, all the devotees, they worship Vishnu as Narayana as with respect, great respect. So basically, they would have knowledge of. So they would have knowledge of Krishna, Krishna's power, Krishna's opulences, and because that knowledge doesn't allow them to develop intimacy, and affection. So it creates reverence in them. So just like Arjuna was friend of Krishna, but when he saw universal form, immediately, so he developed awe and reverence to Krishna. Oh, I made a mistake. I offended you by calling you, oh friend, oh Yadava, oh Vrashni, oh Saka, like that. And I slept with you, I ate with you. So we roamed here and there together. So Arjuna developed that sense of, respect for Krishna, and he felt that he offended Krishna. So now he is a friend. In his friendship, so this knowledge of Krishna's opulences is obstacle in his original rasa. So similarly in Vrindavan, So devotees worship Krishna as a simple village boy, very beautiful boy, attractive boy. And there is intense intimacy is there, affection is there, sweetness is there. That is called as Madhurya. So there, they don't know Krishna as Supreme Lord. They only know that he is a very attractive, sweet boy. So they have spontaneous attraction for him. So this is called Madhurya Bhav. So in Vrindavan, this kind of bhakti is very prevalent. So they don't understand Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that is difference in so Srimati Radha means Brajavasis and Vraj Bhakti and Krishna's farm in Dwaraka. So in Dwaraka he is showing his opulences, his strength, his power. So that is not so attractive for Srimati Radharani and other gopis. So okay, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Any other questions? Any devotees want to ask? Please go ahead. So, Prabhuji, if there are no questions, I wanted to ask you about the farm project that you had mentioned. Can you tell us some details about that?
Okay, so so last few years I was heading another project in near Hyderabad, and so there also we have land and we have devotees and we have Gurukula. We have some 20 kids there. And because I am originally from Karnataka, so my spiritual master, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj, he wanted me to do some preaching in Karnataka. Of course, before I was in Belgaum temple and I was doing preaching. Then I moved to Vellore to preach in VIT, so Vellore Institute of Technology, because from beginning I was preaching to college students. So I was preaching there, but I was also helping with this Hyderabad project because so we preach to young students, but many of our own devotee kids and all, we are missing them, so losing them. Therefore, I thought our preaching should begin even not only to youth. It should not begin with youth. It should begin even some 20 years before that when they are small. So we thought we should support Gurukula projects. Then I was involved there, and later I personally took it over, and for a few years. Then because I don't speak Telugu, so there was other devotee who was from Telugu background, and he was also so preaching there in that area. So he was ready to take up that. So then I moved to Karnataka. So some devotees, like you all in America, so they wanted to sponsor some farm project, Gurukula project. So they were in touch with us. So then we took some land in Chikmagalur district. There is a river called Himavati, which is a tributary of Kaveri. So we have just taken some 12 acres. We are on the way to purchase some more. This we took just some 7-8 months back, just before rainy season in April, May. Then we moved with now just we have some 7 kids in Gurukula and some 5, 6 brahmacharis. And 2 Grahastha families are there. 3 Grahastha families are there, and some more are about to join. And we are about to start construction. Presently, we are living in a nearby village, and some cultivation is going on. So we had put a paddy in 3 acres of land. So just these days, devotees are harvesting it now. Harvesting season is going on, and we'll be putting some dals now. So mung dal and chana dal and urad dal, etc. And in Gurukula, we are basically teaching English, Sanskrit, and we are teaching smaller kids. They more focus on these languages, learning languages, and the elder kids, they are studying proper. We are conducting Bhakti Shastri and other courses. So in this way, so in Sanskrit also we have different. We are basically focusing on Panini's Vyakarna, Panini's grammar. So Panini was a Muni who wrote Ashtadhyayi Vyakarna. So we are focusing on that. So in this way, this farm project is going on. So sometime we expect all of you to come here and visit us and encourage us. So this is what is about our project. Mataji.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. We pray to the Lord that such kind of projects need to come up more able and may be able to serve the society through that.
Yeah, we are expecting all of you.
Yeah,
so,
yes.
Hare Krishna.
Any other question anybody likes to ask?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This is
Hare Krishna,
this is Kamadikitasi. I was wondering, but you were saying about Panini Vyakaran. How about Harinam Vyakaran that is composed by Jiva Goswami? So that would be in a parampara.
Yeah. Harinam Amrit Vyakaran. Yes. Both more or less. So we are doing that also. Both we take. So it's not with Harinam Amrit with Panini. So like that. So basically for outsiders, if we want to preach to some Sanskrit scholars and all, they are not aware about Panini, Harinam Amrit Vyakarna. So for preaching purpose, we need to know Panini. And because they will quote when we are discussing on some Shastri courses. Purpose of grammar, so this Patanjali, everyone knows him as a teacher of yoga. So he wrote a commentary on Panini's grammar called Mahabhashya. So in the beginning he mentions what is the use of purpose of grammar. So grammar is helps us to learn the language clearly without any doubt, free from all doubts. And it helps to protect the Shastras, Vedic scriptures. Like if someone misinterprets, then we can explain to them based on grammatical rules that, look, you are doing, so misinterpreting. So basically when we have discussions on the Shastric verses and all with, Mayavadis and other Sanskrit scholars, so they will quote from Panini grammar, Panini rules. So therefore we should know Panini's grammar, which is wide. Of course, there are many grammar systems. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also was teaching grammar. He was teaching Kalapa grammar. So like that, there are Kaumudi, Siddhanta Kaumudi, Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi, which are again based on Panini. So, but Panini is widely used among the Sanskrit scholars. So therefore, for preaching purpose, we need Panini, and for our own to learn ourselves and to relish Bhakti Rasa along with grammar, Vyakarna. So we should study Harinama Amrit Vyakarna. But again, our acharyas, including Jiva Goswami, in their writings, in their scriptural explanations of scriptural verses, they mostly quoted Panini's. So although Jiva Goswami himself wrote Harinamam, but he quotes Panini's Vyakarna in his writings. So when he has to explain some grammatical point or a verse from grammatical point of view, so he quotes Panini. more than any other grammar systems. So for obvious reason that outside scholars, they would accept so Panini. And like that, there are some reasons. So I wrote one paper on that, why some devotees in ISKCON should study Panini's grammar. So maybe sometime I'd like to publish that. So there I gave so many reasons like this. And I have collected some from our Acharya's commentaries, how they have used Panini's grammar to explain Sanskrit verses. So is that okay, Mataji?
Yeah, that's fine. I thought maybe it will be side by side. Both can be taught. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhuji, if you have time, one more question, Prabhuji.
Yeah. I have time, full time.
So you were preaching in youth hostels. So can you just give a little bit how you are doing that and some experiences on preaching and how we should present the philosophy to the youth when we first go there on the first session, what should be there? Because I feel the first session makes a big impact for them to keep coming or what. So if you throw some light on that.
It depends on the situation. If we are inside the college itself, then we will have some topics which will be appealing for, like this materialistic people, they have their interests. Nowadays, all these personality development programs are very popular. So, one time with one of our senior devotees, so we, with our Bhakti Rasamrat Swami, I was serving under Bhakti Rasamrat Maharaj. So we had developed one seminar or some seminar called Understand Your Personality. So basically it is from Bhagavad Gita, 3 modes of material nature. So this personality development and, before we develop our personality, we should understand our personality, So it is very appealing. So like that,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think Prabhuji got disconnected. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Are the other devotees am I on the call?
Yes, Mataji, you are on call. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Yeah, let me connect him, Mataji. Prabhuji, are you there?
Yeah. Hare Krishna. So, we were discussing about college programs. So, we had developed that understand your personality based on 3 modes. So, it is direct Bhagavad Gita, but very appealing to, students and such a modern kind of people. And so like that, many topics can be, such topics can be Bhagavad Gita, like, any topic in the world we can speak based on Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhupada basically emphasized on Bhagavad Gita. He in his preface to Bhagavad Gita, he mentions that our Krishna consciousness movement is based on Bhagavad Gita as it is. Even Prabhupada's success of preaching, he was preaching among youth in America, all young boys and girls. So mostly they were below 30, so all of them. And he was a very successful youth preacher in the world. And he basically focused on Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita philosophy is very appealing to the world. This whole, even what we call as science is all just Christianity, it is. So in next time whenever I am talking, I will discuss some topics, how modern science is just presenting the same old version, new version of Christianity only, most of the things. So people are frustrated with that. So, for example, time, concept of time in modern science, in cosmology, it's all Christian idea originally. So they say after Big Bang, few seconds after Big Bang, time began and it will end in black holes. So when everything enters into black hole. So it's like linear progressive factor, time is. So originally this was a Christian idea, Judo-Christian idea. So in 4th century, that Saint Augustine, the early Christian guru, he had proposed this idea of time. So before that, all Greek philosophers, they had cyclical time, like what we have in Vedic scriptures as Kala Chakra. So time moving in cycles, in Yuga cycles and all. So this is the same old Christian ideas they are bringing and presenting it. So even Darwin's evolutionary theory. So because based on this linear progressive time, humanity is making progress, development and civilization, and even species, life, different life forms and species, they are evolving in a linear way. So they don't understand that again the cycle of birth and death, we may go into the lower species. So this is a linear progressive history, time and civilization is just old Christian ideas. So basically people, it is not appealing. So these scientists, they say that we are not religion. They try to distance themselves, isolate themselves from religion. We are pure, empirical, logical and rational. But actually they are not. They are only same old religious dogmas they are preaching as science. So in this way, when we present very nicely Bhagavad Gita philosophy, so like eternity of time and all, so it is very appealing to students. So they will appreciate it. So basically we should focus on Bhagavad Gita, study Bhagavad Gita very nicely, thoroughly, and present a straightforward way, and people will accept it. So even in the West also, universities and all, they will accept it if we present it very thoughtfully. So, okay, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your very, very valuable time. There are no other questions.
Hare Krishna.
In now.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you for engaging me. So to all of you devotees there.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So hopefully in the future I would like to serve you all. Hare Krishna.
If you would like to listen to your lectures again and again, Prabhuji, please requesting you to come on the conference call.
Yes. I came after a long time, after maybe 1 year.
Yeah.
So 1 year.
Yeah.
So sometime when we start any new projects, it is little time consuming and sucking. So therefore I could not, last 1 year I could not come in this conference.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, let's offer our humble obeisances to Prabhuji and all the devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.